Are you living with a cancer diagnosis and you're completely overwhelmed by all of the information that you keep getting? Today, I want to share with you 3 myths that you may have heard, and we are going to bust those myths. I'm Catherine, and I'm a cancer coach. What is important for you to know is that there's a lot of information out there, and you're going to be inundated with it, either on social media, on videos like this, or by your friends and family. So it's important for you to understand what works for you, what's real, and what's not real, because there's also a lot of misinformation out there. People are going to want what's best for you, and they're going to have lots of opinions. And that's why today I want to bust 3 myths that you may have already heard or that may be coming your way. The first is always a hot topic: what to eat when you have cancer. Some people are going to tell you you can eat whatever you want, that it doesn't matter what you put in your body. Just put in your body whatever you can keep down. That's what they told me. Whatever you can keep down, even when I wasn't feeling nauseated. What's important for you to know is that everything you put in your body matters. And if you're trying to support your body as you're going through the cancer process, you're going to want to eat health building foods. You have 2 choices. You can eat foods that are going to support your health and healing, or you can eat foods that aren't going to support your health and healing. So what's the difference? The foods that are going to support your health and healing are natural foods. They're fruits and vegetables. They're lean proteins, whole grains, water, things that are going to bring nutrients into your body. Your body needs to be supported with nutrients when you're going through treatments, post-surgery, during recovery. Your body's going through a lot right now. And don't you want to give it everything that it needs in order for it to heal? So start with foods that build your health. So the opposite of those health building foods are things like highly processed foods that are full of chemicals and preservatives, foods that are full of sugar and unhealthy oils and a lot of salt, drinks that are filled with sugar and food coloring. You want to dial it back and get as close to the earth as possible. Now, are there going to be moments when you want to have that cookie or you want to have that piece of cake? Absolutely. It doesn't mean you have to be perfect when you're eating. What it means is you need to be aware. So when people tell you you can eat whatever you want, they're not entirely wrong. You can eat things that you want sometimes. But most of the time, try to bring in those foods that are going to support your body in the healing process, the foods that are the closest to natural and full of vitamins and minerals. The second myth that I want to bust for you today is this idea that when you have cancer, you need to be resting all of the time. I remember being told that I needed to stop moving and I needed to rest and sit down and take care of myself by not exercising. And that's not true. There are a lot of studies coming out now that show that women who exercise during treatment actually have good results in their treatment process. Now, I'm not a scientist or a doctor, so I can't say that definitively, but there are articles that you can find from trusted peer-reviewed sources that will support that statement. So resting is important when you're going through cancer, but it's not something you have to do all of the time. In fact, as I said, there's studies that tell you to move your body. So let's talk about what that looks like. Moving your body is doing something that feels good for you. That might be getting out of bed and walking around your house. If that's where you are, that's great. That's movement. It might be walking around the block. It might be a gentle yoga practice. It might be going for a swim. Resting is important when you need to rest, but your body needs you to move. And it's not just your body that needs you to move, it's your mental health that needs you to move. When you are sitting in the same space every day and you're looking at the same walls around you every day and you're not moving the energy that your body actually has inside of it, that's hard on your mental health. You need stimulus. You need activity. You need a different environment. So when you exercise, you're not just supporting your muscles and your bones and your tissues, you're also supporting your mental and emotional well-being. So don't sit all of the time. And don't, at the opposite end of it, feel like you need to be running a marathon or doing a triathlon or exercising beyond what your body can handle. You can always check with your care team to see what they recommend. But there is nothing wrong with a little bit of gentle movement. So, that whole myth of you need to be resting in order to heal is not true. That is our second myth debunked. And the third myth is that healing starts after the treatments, after surgery, after cancer. And that's not true. Healing starts right now. Just by watching this video, you are starting your healing process because you're gathering information. You're learning more about what you can do to be an active participant in your healing process. One of the big mistakes that people make is they wait. Waiting is not going to support you through the process. You can be an active participant in your healing process by gathering information, by watching videos like this, by reading books, by getting out of your chair, moving your body, by drinking a glass of water, by believing in yourself and doing things that are good for you. So, you do not need to wait to start your healing. You can move your body during your cancer treatment process, and you can bring health building foods into your world. These are all great ways to get started in your cancer healing process. If you like what you've heard here today and you want to learn more, like and subscribe and follow along. There is life with cancer, and you deserve to know what it is that you can do to heal yourself and to move from cancer survivor to cancer thriver.